Thing about my Van Helsing take, by the way.
Oh, I loved Van Helsing. Well, yes, I did. I love the.
Said you loved Kate Beckinsale. Yeah, I loved Kate Beckinsale too. But
well, I think Hugh Jackman's cool too. What do you want?
huge.
It was a highly CGI, made film with weird tropes.
But that still holds up. Like if you look, it's a 20-year-old movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good movie. I mean, yeah. I like Van Helsing. If it's on CBS, I'm watching it.
Like people say,
CBS.
people say,
Spike. Is Spike still a channel? Sci-fi.
The only thing I know from with Spike that gave it any legs was when the UFC used to be on Spike before ESPN bought it out. And then remember the show MXC when it was like
I don't remember the Girls Gone Wild trailers that ran.
That was great too. that was like
I know you guys remember that one.
That was my awakening.
That was life. Right
but
there.
I mean,
they knew what they were doing.
You remember MXC when they used to have the Asian people and they would English dub?
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
They're like, oh, I slept with my doctor, and they would go out and hit in the face with the soccer ball.
I will do that.
Do what?
You
dub over Asian people?
That too, but no, I would love to dub an anime.
You would just talk over it?
Oh yes.
So
I would
like a Team Form star.
I would review an anime. I would watch an anime. I would critically.
I'm watching Inuyasha right now.
I've seen all of it. I've read Inuyasha.
Inuyasha's incredible.
It's a great show.
It's a great show.
Excellent show.
I'm season.
Has everything you want.
Because it has also the relationship side of things.
Good music.
The music is phenomenal. Dude. That shit gets me fucking.
Good story. It's a romance tale.
It is a romance tale.
It's a romance with action. And it's best type of story.
And I do like a good romance if it's done right and it doesn't feel like it's contrived or it's a slow burn. Because I think we also live in a world now where everything's instant gratification. It's now with Tinder and Bumble and Hinge and all these things. Where
I don't use any of that shit.
Well, because it sucks. Because it's like everything's a sexual transaction.
Do you think I would do good on Tinder?
I think that anyone could do.
The answer is no.
What's the answer?
Because in my bio, I write. Well,
didn't you have a fake Tinder or something like that? Did you think
I had a real Tinder.
What was the bio again?
It was if a frog parks in the road, is it towed? And then I wrote my height, which I won't tell you guys. It's very little, and I lost a lot of people off that height, right there. I lost a lot. A lot of big girls liked me. Big girls love a little man.
They do.
I don't know why. We get eaten up by your bodies.
I think you mean like heavier set or just like a linebacker kind of build? Or you mean like a tall girl, like a over 6 foot girl? You mean?
I meant like Jabba the Hutt. I don't know you're laughing at that. We all know what that looks like. They love me.
Do you like that? Does that also work for you, or does it work for you?
I don't know.
Because everyone has their own things that they're into.
Yeah.
I'm saying, do you like a little bit heavier set?
I don't feel guilty for inserting into a heavier set woman.
Why would you feel guilty if it was a skinny person?
Well, don't you feel? Well, I don't feel guilty about that either.
So why'd you say guilty? Why'd you use that term?
Because don't you feel a little guilt after you finish the deed? Once you get that post clarity, you're like, wow, I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad decision.
If it was something that you're going into,
I know that you see women as just
no, that's not true.
Often, well, okay, we don't have to talk about that right now, but. Women to you, it doesn't really matter. When when it's consensual and it's good, it doesn't really matter who the woman is because the sexual act isn't so huge that you need to bond yourself with that person forever.
Well, I think that's what I'm saying is so. In another ways, I think that's the problem. I think that we the social norm now is everything's just hookup culture, right? You have sex with someone, you literally meet up.
But that's the girl's fault, isn't it?
I think it's literally the norm's fault. I think it's just what's being perpetuated because you and I would be fully responsible for that the same way. If we're going into it and saying hey, even if a beautiful girl threw themselves at you and was like, hey, let's have sex tonight, you're like,
way different than if a big mama blows yourself out. You know what I'm saying? If you got a tubby in the bathroom and she's blowing you down and you're like, whoa, this is wild. It's way different than going on a date with a beautiful young woman that you're really attracted to. And you haven't had any drinks, you take her home, you're talking, there's a little bit of an awkward stage because you both know that you're really attracted to each other, as opposed to come in, take your shirt off, like that moment.
Yeah, well, that's my point. It's like there's a sanctity there. Right? You're building to something. You're getting to know someone and have an actual connection. And I think like that makes it all more gratifying. When you hook up with someone just from like a one night stand kind of like that shit sucks.
Not if she's hot.
But it does like what
you turn over, you look, I know you guys. You're like. You get that score look in your... You don't get that score look in your face?
No. It's
that
just...
swoosh?
No.
That deep TD?
No. It honestly...
That goal from outside the box?
It sucks because everyone is like a single-use person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can literally just, like, get someone in here. You can go on Hinge or whatever right now and say, hey... I
can't do that.
You could.
No, I can't.
Dude, like, there's such a saturation of people that are willing to subjugate themselves that you absolutely could.
No. I don't think so.
Why?
Because I haven't lived it.
But you don't try it. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you were living that life every single day and putting money into it, get Hinge-X and have priority likes.
I've never done that.
I know that's the whole reason we're having this conversation because you haven't done that. But I'm saying there's people who do, and there's people that's their whole way of meeting people, or they'll go to like social mixers.
I don't know what that is.
I went to I went to a social mixer for just come out, like it's fun, like it was all like people in their mid-30s that are just like, hey, like what do you enjoy, like what are your hobbies like? And I was hammered because I just beat my boss in an apple bobbing contest and I was drunk as fuck on Valentine's Day and I was like, this is so odd to me. I was like, this feels like
it's a little more organic, though, isn't it?
No, it's not, because everyone's there for that reason. It's a bunch of lonely people in a room, and they're just like, oh my god, like, are you a viable mate? Are you a viable option for me?
You didn't like being subjected to that?
No, it's just because, do you want that kind of person? Think about it from the reciprocal side. Do you want a person like
the wandering eyes? But isn't that every time we go out to the bar?
No, it's not that at all. Because
that's how I feel.
I would rather get shot.
I feel like it's always a dick contest. The minute you go out to a bar, if you're going out to a bar with your friends, with girls and stuff.
I mean, I don't really go out. I don't like meeting girls at the bar.
But when you were younger.
Yeah,
5 years ago.
Because it's like the rush of it all. It's the fun. You're meeting someone. You're putting yourself out there. There's a sense of exposure.
Isn't it the same thing? We're just putting a different label on it. Oh, no. Now it's a social mix.
Right, because everyone's going there for that reason. When you go to the bar, you can go to a girl and be like, "Hey, how's it going? Like, can I buy you a drink?" And they'll be like, "Ew," and you're like, "Oh, all right." And you kind of just like walk away and you...
What the fuck?
You reflect.
Is that a real thing?
Absolutely. You've never been shot down in a bar before? I've been shot down a million times.
I've never had a girl go, ow.
I don't think I've had a girl literally say ew to me, but I've had like, I'm sure some different variation of that.
Yeah, it's like a no thank you. I don't want to fuck you.
It's not always a no thank you. Sometimes it could be a little more callous.
I wouldn't eat your butt. That type of shit. That's the first thoughts, right?
No. See, I don't get that last part.
Why?
Because no one says that. No.
But that's the truth.
But I'm not deciphering what they're saying. I'm going off physically. Like, you go up, you shoot your shot, you get shot down. I'm saying I'd rather get shot down 99 times out of 100, and then that one time out of 100 it works out, and that's more exciting. Like, that's when you like...
But don't you like the I like the moment where she looks twice. That's my thing.
What do you mean looks twice?
You know, like, she gives you the fuck...
like the invitation to like start a conversation.
Yes.
So of course, but that's the thrill of it all, right? Like
yes.
that's the rush. Like it's a vulnerability. Whereas like if you go to like a mixer, it's like, all right, it's a bunch of lonely, sad people on Valentine's Day.
Is that really what it felt like?
That's what it was. I'm telling you, people paid to get in there.
You need to have more entertainment and things like that. You need to be, people need to be having fun. The best way to fall in love is to dance together and to hold each other and sing.
But that is fun. Go to a karaoke bar, right? Go
play
out.
A sport.
Or dude, like even like meeting at a bar like that, like
make out in the rain.
Yeah.
Tell them you love them, right?
The first night.
I've done that.
Telling them the first night.
That's how I do it every time. But I'm not lying.
But are you? Yeah, but you're actually falling in love with them.
Yeah, it's easy. Just open the heart.
I think. See, I don't think I.
And you won't know everything about them, but you're never gonna know everything about them, no matter how long you live. You'll know almost everything about them if you live with them for most of their lives, but you won't know every single thing. You'll never know everything that's going on because we're all individuals that are understanding our own moments. So it's like we have to just accept that we make mistakes or have moments of failure. I've had them. You've had them. We all have them. We all have moments where we think evil things. We all have these intrusive thoughts. The question is who acts on them, and we judge based on who acts on them. But even those people who act on them change. We all change. We're not who we were when we were 6 or 16 or 26. You are 27, right?
28.
You're 28 now. You're not the same you were 2 years ago. We're not. That murderer who did it 50 years ago for money isn't the same person now. He's been punished for 50 years. Does he deserve to stay there locked up forever? Maybe. That's not the question. Is he changed? Yes, he's different. He'd be different even if he still wanted to kill. That one part of him wouldn't be changed, but he'd be a different person. All right? I say it with love, too. I can fall in love quickly, easily. First for me is...
I can't
For me, it's, do I want to have sex with you? And for often, it's yes.
So you equate, like, if you met a beautiful woman on a night out.
On the first, I could say, I could fall in love with her. Then she speaks. If she speaks like someone I could be in fault, I could know in the first hour, man. I could sense your energy. I could sense if I could devote my life to you forever. I can feel it. If you can't feel it, I don't find that weird. Maybe I'm the weird one. But I can tell by your energy.
I think I'm on the other side of the spectrum where it is weird.
It's weird. I can know right away how much I can take from you. How much I can feel. How hard I can fall for you. And it's not hard. I just take a tip over. And I don't know how deep it'll go, but I can feel how far I'll fall.
But does that include, though, the whole process of, like, you let your walls down, you're fully available 100%. For this person, let them come in and
why not?
Affect you emotionally?
Oh, yeah.
Mentally, right away.
Yeah, and then if I'm hurt, I'll be good in a week or so. 2 weeks usually it takes for me to heal.
So did you really love that person?
Yes.
If you fully let them into you, and within 2 weeks they hurt you and you bounce back...
I'm supposed to hurt for years? I'll remember you forever, and the lesson will be learned. But that has nothing to do with the depth of the love. You see, it's like if I fell off a cliff, I only see whatever I'm seeing of that cliff for a moment, right? And those are all the experiences you having in the love of falling into it. And in the end, if you just hit the ground hard, you still hurts like hell.
Or you die.
Well, no, I don't believe you die if you fall off the cliff of love. I'm just not with that. I know some people do,
I was thinking the actual cliff.
I'm going up Everest. I don't give a fuck about cliffs.
And if you fell off Everest, you would die.
If you climb Everest, you'll die.
Yeah.